Coming up, racist graffiti is found in the university bathroom.
And a man is attacked in an attempted robbery.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Luke Alves.
And I'm Chamara Conyers. Valdosta State University interim president has announced an investigation into hate speech graffiti that was found in a campus bathroom on Tuesday. A photo of the graffiti scrawled in red marker ink was circulated via social media. The message, which included a swastika with the hashtags "Mizo students are crybabies" and "White Lives Matter," was viewed as an apparent opposition to recent protests at the University of Missouri that resulted in the resignation of the school's president. Valdosta State University is conducting two separate investigations of the incident, and further information will not be released until those investigations are complete.
Police are advising people to travel in pairs as the number of robberies increase. A local man was allegedly chased and attacked by three men Tuesday afternoon on Willow Way. As he was walking, police say either a Dodge Charger or a Chrysler 300 drove up past him, then reversed before three attackers allegedly got out and chased him by foot. Authorities say he was kicked and hit with unidentified object by one of the men, but they were unsuccessful in stealing any of the man's possession. Anyone with information should contact the Valdosta Police Department.
We have an update on the story we brought to you earlier about a scam artist. For more on the story, here's News Valdosta reporter Casey Gordon.
The Valdosta Police Department are asking for your help in finding a man who allegedly scammed an elderly couple out of thousands of dollars just last week. An arrest warrant has been issued for 31-year-old Frank Gary Costello. Costello has the warrant issued against them for the financial exploitation of an elderly couple. Costello has also allegedly been charged for having the couple pay $10,800 for seal coating their driveway. Local professionals say it should only have cost them $1,000. Investigators believe that Costello is also operating out of Tallahassee, Florida. Captain Bobby McGraw says Costello may be traveling with an unknown older white male. Costello is reported to be driving a large, newer model pickup truck with Texas license plates. He also has a seal coat tank in the back of his truck. Anyone with more information on this should contact Detective Daniel Dutton of the Valdosta Police Department. For News Valdosta, I'm Casey Gordon.
Two Georgia women have sued Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp after over 6 million Georgia voters' private information was released to the public. Kemp says this was a clerical error which released these voters' social security numbers, driver's license numbers, birthdays, and other private information. The information to the state, political party, news media organization, and Georgia Gun Owners magazine. Kemp says his office immediately began to correct this error by retrieving the disk. The breach would be the largest ever by a state. However, the suits state that Kemp has not notified a single citizen about the possibility that their information may have been compromised.
Georgia's unemployment rate has dipped from 5.8% to 5.7% in October, according to the State Labor Department. This is an improvement from 6.8% in October of last year. Economists say unemployment has fallen to 5.7% from a recession high of 10.5%. For 3 months in a row, the rate has checked in below 6%. Reasons include the fact that employers are hiring more workers, job growth in trade, transportation, and warehousing, as well as professional and business services.
And if you're unemployed, there is still a chance you could win the lottery. One lucky truck driver from Cairo has won nearly $500,000 in the Georgia Lottery Instant Game 777 series. 59-year-old Charles Clark purchased the ticket Friday the 13th and claimed his award Tuesday. Since it's the first year, the Georgia Lottery Corporation has returned more than $16.7 billion to the state of Georgia for education. All the Georgia Lottery profits go to pay for specific educational programs, including Georgia Hope Scholarship Program and the state's pre-K program.
When we come back, we'll take a look at items on the City Council's agenda for tonight's meeting.
So don't go away.
Danse, balance la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
The Valdosta City Council will meet tonight for their second meeting of the month. The topic up for discussion includes the possibility of abandonment of a portion of drainage and utility easement in the two Valdosta subdivisions, and a request to reimburse the Georgia Department of Transportation. That reimbursement would cover water utilities relocation from the U.S. Highway 84, Clay Road, and the Hollywood Street intersection improvement project. The meeting will begin at 5:30 at the Valdosta City Hall.
The Valdosta Youth Council will have its regularly scheduled meeting tonight at 4 p.m. The meeting will include the swearing in of officers and a guest presentation by Municipal Court Judge Vernita Bender. The meeting will take place in the council chambers of Valdosta City Hall and is open to the general public.
The South Georgia Regional Library hosted a special program last night that was not only educational but entertaining as well. News Valdosta reporter Alexis Johnson brings us more.
Music is a language everyone can understand, and last night, the sounds of West Africa was brought to South Georgia. This week, the South Georgia Regional Library hosted an intimate concert with renowned Kora player Sean Gaskell. The Kora, which can be described as half harp, half guitar, is an instrument unique to the West African region. The event served as an introduction to add music to the library's growing programs it has to offer to the community.
Well, a few of us here at the library had wanted to start a music program, and of course we've had other programs based on literature and other activities, but having music is a really important part of life. And Sean actually emailed me a few months prior to this date and we said we wanted to jump at the opportunity to have him come, and so we decided to accept his offer to come, and we're glad that we did.
Gaskell has been playing the Kora for nearly a decade and continues to travel all across the U.S. to educate those about the instrument.
The one moment that inspired me to start playing was when I saw a Kora player, an American Kora player, at a folk festival in my hometown, and my life was pretty much changed at that point. And it's got such a rich historical tradition as well, and I just think it's really cool that people come out to see me who have never seen or heard the Kora, and just get to learn something that they probably wouldn't have otherwise.
For more information about the library's program, check out their Facebook. With News Valdosta, I'm Alexis Johnson.
The Valdosta Lounge Chamber of Commerce will host a luncheon featuring a program presented by the state legislators. This meeting will address issues for the upcoming state legislative session. The event will be on December 2nd from 12 to 1:30 p.m. If you plan on attending, remember to get your tickets soon because seating will be limited.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at today's weather with forecast with Melanie Jackson.
So don't go away.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
And we're back with News Valdosta.
Now it's time for a look at our weather with Melanie Jackson. Melanie, what's in the forecast?
Thanks, guys. Today we're going to have some rough weather that will make it a perfect lazy day. There's been a 100% chance of rain throughout the day, so keep a lookout for some heavy downpours during the afternoon hours. The high will be around 75 degrees with humidity at 90% and some light winds. Tonight, the rain should let up a little with a 20% chance of precipitation. However, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. The temperature will drop down to 55 degrees with some moderate winds and humidity dropping down to 78%. Tomorrow should be a beautiful day with sunny skies. The high will be 74 with no chance of rain. There will be some moderate winds and humidity at 56%. Due to all of the rain, the UV index for today is going to be a low 2 out of 10, so if you want to go splash in some puddles, today will be a perfect day for that. For those of you with allergies, you're in luck. The pollen count for today is a low 0.8 out of 12, so breathe happy. That's all I have for the weather today. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Melanie. When we come back, we're going to take a look at our local sports with Marissa Daniels.
So stay with us.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Here, we are a community of 11,000 individual stories.
A place where all doors are open.
Your home away from home.
Where you will make lifelong connections.
And you will never feel invisible. Here, you will write it, research it, sing it,
broadcast it, share it, serve it,
teach it, nurture, and own it.
VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, and just far enough away from home. Find out what VSU can do for you.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Marissa Daniels for our local sports report.
The Valdosta High 9th grade boys basketball team will be taking on the Thomasville Bulldogs tonight. Coach Benjamin will have the Wildcats warming up and ready to go for tip-off at 5 o'clock. If those boys are able to play for varsity or junior varsity, they will be turning around tomorrow to play Thomasville again. Both the boys and girls will be playing tomorrow night. Girls will start at 6 and boys will follow at 8. The Lions Vikings soccer season is about to get underway. While the Vikings season doesn't start until the new year, the teams have begun conditioning and preparing for a successful season. The Vikings have hopes for a strong team in order to have an outstanding season. Yesterday, the Valdosta High wrestling team took on the Colquitt County Packers. Here's News Valdosta Casey Gordon back with this report.
The Wildcats wrestling team took to the mat last night in a battle against the Colquitt County Packers and tried their best to make it out on top. There were some intense matchups during the meet, but unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan for the Wildcats. The Packers were able to make their way to the top and win 37-33. It didn't take long for Coach Scarborough to realize what each athlete needed to fix during their time on the mat, which, for the most part, happened more often than not.
We had some simple things like wrestling on our knees a little too long, not keeping our head up and finishing moves the correct way.
Scarborough also stated that some of his starters are currently still playing football. Once that season is over, his lineup will get a little bit of a shakeup. Until then, the team must fix some of their mistakes. Some of the wrestlers said they knew they weren't wrestling to the best of their ability. Although they felt like the match was just alright, they knew they could have done a lot better. The team's captain, Cameron Warren, says they must overcome the hardest part about being on the mat.
The hardest thing is to stay focused, I'd say. Like, sometimes you get caught up in a moment and you don't think straight. You have to have a clear mind. You got to be focused and ready to have a set plan of attack.
After this match, the Wildcats now have their eyes set on Saturday in the Kennesaw Mountain Duel. This will be an all-day competition with various schools from around the state in attendance. For News Valdosta, I'm Casey Gordon.
Tomorrow night is a big night for the Valwood Valiants as they play in the semifinals of the state playoffs. News Valdosta sports reporter Luke Alves had a chance to see how they were preparing for the big game.
With the state playoffs in full swing, the Valwood Valiants have taken care of business thus far. In the first game of the state playoffs, they beat Trinity Christian 41-0. They followed that up one with a close win against Pinewood Christian 14-12. They now prepare for this week's semifinal game where they'll take on Westfield. With one more game left into the total goal to make the state championship, the Valiants have one thing in their way, and that's last year's state defending championship Westfield School, where the last time these two met up was last year, and Westfield beat the Valiants 41-24. But now the Valiants look to change that.
You know, we're not changing anything. It's a bigger game, bigger stage, but we're not. You know, we're doing what we do. It's Westfield's the king of the mountain, so to say. They've won the last two state championships, and we've said all along this road to the state championship will go through Perry, and it was a matter of do you play them in the semis or the championship, and we've drawn them in the semis, and so we're very excited about the opportunity to go to the Hornets' Nest and get a shot at them.
With all this planning and preparation, the Valiants hope that they can prove all the naysayers wrong, who have them as a 35-point underdog against Westfield, and to win, to advance them to the state playoffs, state championship playoff game, and to regain another state championship for this school. With News Valdosta, I'm Luke Alves.
Also, make sure you all attend Valdosta State's playoff game against Carson Newton on Saturday. Kickoff is at noon. Let's cheer on our Blazers. Well, that's all I have for sports today. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Marissa. When we come back, we'll talk about a special community Thanksgiving event taking place this Saturday.
So don't go away.
That's slow. That's slow and below the top. Seriously.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And we're back with News Valdosta.
The Community Harvest Day is coming up this Saturday from 11:30 to 2 in the morning through 2:30 in the afternoon. The event will take place at Southside Recreation Center, where locals can come out and enjoy a traditional Thanksgiving dinner and fellowship with other members of the community. All of this while enjoying live entertainment as they pause to give thanks for 2015. This event is free and open to the entire community.
With the holidays quickly approaching, don't miss your chance to experience the Downtown Art Walk coming up on December 4th. The community will combine the love of art with historical Valdosta. This will be the last art walk of the year held at different locations and is open to the public. You don't want to miss out on the experience and time to stock up on the holiday gifts. It will start at 5 p.m. and end at 8 p.m., so add it to your calendar.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Shamara Conyers.
And I'm Luke Alves. We'll see you Monday and have a great weekend.